And welcome to my Meet Your Teacher video. I'm Ms Neilsen, 8th grade social studies teacher for the Remote Learning Academy Team Mountaineers. My course this year will be going over U.S. history and North Carolina history as well. Some of y'all may recognize me because I may have taught your kids in the 6th grade, but don't worry, I actually majored in U.S. history in college. So a little bit about me personally. I am from the Boston area. I grew up in Needham, Massachusetts, a little town outside of Boston. I completed my undergraduate degree at Boston College in American Studies and my master's degree in secondary social studies education. I moved to Charlotte in 2010, decided to become a teacher, and 2008 was my first teaching job. And of course, the economy crashed and I was the last one hired, so the first one fired. And after beating my head against the wall looking for a job in Massachusetts for a year, I decided to start a new adventure, and I moved to Charlotte, and here we are. So 10 years in Charlotte. This is my 10th year in CMS. I actually was hired at Garinger High School in the middle of the school year. Then I was at Martin Luther King for 5 years, and this will be my 5th year at Community House. I've been teaching the 6th grade World History course for 6 or 7 years now, but I have taught the U.S. course before, and I taught high school. I taught the U.S. history course at the high school level as well. Yes, I am a Patriots fan. Don't hate me. Okay. In addition to being a teacher, I have lots of stuff going on in my personal life, as we all do. But last year, I was focused on kindness. Here at school, I started a kindness change with the teachers. This is such a big school that there are entire parts of our faculty that just don't know each other very well. And the kindness chain really helped build connections between us across the building, which was awesome. My advisory group became known as the Lighthouse Ladies. And that comes from Ocracoke Island, and some of the things that we were able to do in the last 2 years for the coast of the Carolinas after Florence and Dorian in terms of collecting school supplies and gift cards. We did gift cards last year for Ocracoke Island, and you, the community, was amazing with your generosity. This year, or after that, I decided I just wanted to really streamline being able to help teachers that were in need. So we started, myself and two of my teacher friends started a Teacher in Need, a nonprofit whose goal is to support teachers with financial assistance that will keep them in the classroom teaching kids and not worried and stressed out about paying the light bill and other things. One of the things that we give up to become teachers is a big paycheck. So sometimes teachers need a little help. Now the pandemic came along and it slowed me down considerably. I wasn't about to start asking people for money in the middle of a pandemic with so much going on. So it really did put a pause in my efforts, and I'm just going to lay low a little bit longer. But in the meanwhile, I was able to hook up with some amazing people this summer and be part of this Charlotte Children's March that we had on July the 4th at First Word Park, and it was amazing. I'm so proud of what we did that day. I'm so proud of the spirit and the energy and the kids using their voices and just being part of something so amazing. This picture in the middle of these two little kids just summarizes the whole day for me. I had to give a speech in front of a crowd of 300 and something people, and I looked down and saw one of my community house kids there, and I was just so happy to see her there, and with her family, and they were out marching with us. We marched from First Ward Park up to the Black Lives Matter mural and blew bubbles, and that's a picture of me blowing the bubbles down at the bottom. And it was just such a powerful day. And again, I'm super, super proud of it. In the meanwhile, before I run out of time, I only get 15 minutes for this video. In the meantime, I also am part of a group called Learning from the Future that was started last fall, I want to say. And Jamie Brooks, our former principal, was hosted the Ballantyne cohort here at Community House, and I got involved with it. And then, after the George Floyd situation, I reached out to the group leader, whose name is Bob Johnson, and we've stayed in touch all summer. And he and I spoke yesterday, and They have gotten another grant to keep moving forward from the Foundation of the Carolinas. So we're going to be creating another cohort here in Valentine, and if you'd like to be part of it, its goal is to actually have some really, really deep, difficult, and meaningful conversations surrounding race in various neighborhoods of Charlotte, and then to bring us all together. And it was just really powerful, powerful work that we did this year, and I'm glad to be moving forward with it again. And again, if you'd like to be part of it, you just let me know, and I'll make sure you get included in the emails. My after school club, which probably will be before school club this year, is the Mikvah Challenge. I was lucky enough to get chosen to be sent to Chicago in summer of 2019 to get training on Mikvah Challenge. And then I had to come home and figure out how I was going to incorporate it. We decided to create a Mikvah Challenge club. We were a small club, but it was really awesome. The group of kids I had just showed so much passion and energy for the work we were doing. And the Mikvah Challenge really is a curriculum to help kids become civically engaged, from how to send emails to politicians to CEOs of companies. They give soapbox speeches on their topics, and they get entered into a national competition for this. So again, the pandemic kind of slowed us down, put us out of business, but we will come back better and stronger. So if this is something that you think your kid would be love to be involved with, again, keep your ears and eyes open for the Mikvah Challenge Club coming our way. So in my classroom, I have very high expectations of kids. For those of you that have had me before, you know this is true. Here we do a lot of reading, we analyze, we use critical thinking skills. I don't ever want a kid to memorize test answers just to get an A. I want them to be thinking deeply about the content that we're presenting, and to question it, and to push against it, and to challenge things. That's what history is all about. I want your kid to always turn in the best work, but if for some reason they don't meet the expectation, they get to try again. I understand that nobody's perfect, including me. In my classroom, we respect the input and feelings of all members of the class. We aren't afraid to question. We aren't afraid to challenge. We respect ourselves by understanding that our presence is necessary, our effort is required, and our contribution is essential. We ask for help when we need it. We don't dominate. Rather, we respectfully participate. And there's a graphic here that I took from a leadership conference that I attended this summer. But I was really busy this summer, but not making any money. So I ask that during our synchronous learning time, we step up or step back. Sometimes there are people that, like me, tend to dominate conversations. So when it's your turn to step up, step up. When it's time for somebody else to speak, step back. Remember, we're all in this together. Respect our facilitation and time limits. We only got 30 minutes of synchronous learning time. And we have to make sure that time is being spent very productively. And then we only reserve our apologies when we have harmed somebody else. So, remote learning. There is a schedule. I personally sent some of you guys an email with the schedule. It's posted on the Community House website, and I did just send that link out to you via class tag. We are taking attendance each block, okay? The Zoom will allow me to take attendance because I'll know who your child is. I'm going to be posting some norms for Zoom meetings for the kids, and my expectation is that they are logged in with their student account and nothing else, so that I can do attendance. You should plan on attending a live time, but dentist appointments happen. So if there's some reason you're going to miss a live lesson, there will be a spot for your child to go to look at a recorded version of the synchronous learning. Okay, so the schedule, again, there's a quick snapshot of it. A couple of quick terms that you're going to hear.
Ms. Ewers, please call the front office. Ms. Ewers.
Sorry about that. Touching base, pulling small groups together individually. So that's something we do in a classroom. The kids don't even know what's happening. Teachers are very good at knowing when a kid got something or didn't get something, and we will go over and we'll pull a small group of kids together and kind of reloop something. All that is. Your child may at some point be sent to invited into a small group Zoom, and that's all it is. It's just for us to reinforce some learning that took place in the whole group, and it's best practice. And again, most kids aren't even aware when we're doing that. Synchronous means live time teaching. Asynchronous is when we're doing independent learning. The chat window for me will be open all the time so the kids can get a hold of me and ask questions when we're in asynchronous time. Okay, and then my apps, we all know Power School. We all know Canvas or getting to know Canvas. I've sent you guys out the directions on how to pair with Canvas. I'm a Canvas expert in the school, so if you have questions, I really am able to help you out with that. And then ClassTag is my parent communication piece. They changed some Power School stuff a couple years ago, and it's really difficult and clunky to send emails through Power School. And I discovered ClassTag, and I love it. Ms. Jacobs, if you have Ms. Jacobs for language arts, she and I taught on the same team on sixth grade together. So she's going to be using ClassTag. Not only does it allow us to embed video, and I have my website now embedded in there and communicate to us and each other very, very easily. It also allows us to get free stuff. And anybody that knows teachers knows that teachers love free stuff. We work really hard for very little. So anything that you give us that's free is very much appreciated. Okay. So there's an app you can download. And again, if there's information, if I have an email you don't want me to use, just shoot me an email and I will update the directory. That's not a problem. Okay, Power School is is our grade book, excuse me, is the grade book, whereas Canvas is a learning management system. So what's a learning management system? Okay, it's how you deliver the content. Okay, the two speak to each other, but Power School is where you should go to for grades. There's a grade book inside Canvas, but the be all end all is Power School. If you want to know the actual grade, you go to Power School. If you are paired with your child, which I highly recommend, and I sent out that PowerPoint on ClassTag earlier today, then you go and you can see all the actual what's going on in the classroom. It's almost like getting to peek in the window. Okay, so that's the end of my presentation. I'm really excited to get to know you and your kids. That's me. I don't have my own kids. I was never blessed with my own family, but I do have two fur babies. The little one on the right is Zoko, and my other one is Maxie. So they're both little rescue girls, and let's go. Let's do it.